bomb has been recovered from the body of a security personnel who was killed by Maoists during gun battle in Latehar in Jharkhand. The bomb squad was later called in after doctors detected a bomb in the security personnel's body in Jharkhand. Naxals' tactics have shocked the security apparatus. Home Ministry officials have called Naxals' gruesome tactics similar to Pakistan armies who brutally killed Indian Army jawans. Editor Strategic Affairs Gaurav Sawant now joins us with more details. Gaurav, first of all, the security apparatus clearly must be shocked with the sort of brutality that's coming forth now.
It indeed is. It just goes on to show how devious are the Maoists in their latest tactics. They pulled out the intestines of one of the security personnel and planted an improvised explosive device inside, and then stitched that body and then put the uniform back. It's just so completely bizarre. Booby trapping these bodies, as it's called in military parlance. You've seen the Pakistan army do this. The Pakistan army does this. Latehar-1 terrorists do it. But now you're seeing that even Maoists have started doing this. It just goes on to show perhaps, either they're training together or they're imparting the kind of training now to the Maoists also. This is bizarre. This is most brutal and heinous that we are seeing, as former Director General of BSF, Prakash Singh, was also telling us, gouging the eyes of one of the security men, planting a bomb inside the stomach of another. This is meant to cause more damage, not only kill and injure security personnel. Those who go to retrieve them, this improvised explosive device was then, supposed to go off there and injure more people who are trying to retrieve the injured and dead and cause even more damage. So this just goes on to show how evil these Maoists are in the new tactics that they've adopted.
Gaurav, also the big question is, are our security forces now prepared for this sort of an offensive from the Naxals, which is turning brutal by the day?
No, clearly this indicates that the security forces need to get their act together and they need to launch a concerted effort to counter this Maoist threat, because penny packet deployment or small operations, one operation here and one operation there, will not help sort out this problem. This problem, as Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh had pointed out in the year 2005, is the biggest threat to India's internal security. There are over 200 of India's 623 districts that are affected by Maoist violence. So if you need to counter this menace in 200 districts, or even if you take the 70 core districts spread across several states, I mean, there is a red corridor almost that's extending from Nepal down to Karnataka, with Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra, Bengal, Jharkhand, Bihar affected by this, and Andhra Pradesh. You need to kind of, get all these Maoist violence affected states to launch simultaneous operations so that these Maoists cannot escape from one state to the other, from one forest to the other. They need to be flushed out.
Right.
And while they are flushed out, you shouldn't let that area just be there. You need to, one, dominate that area, and two, you need to quickly move in with the civil administration to develop that area.
All right.
Just now, you need to get that they're like fish in water. You need to get them out of water and then clean that water. That is what needs to be done.
Right.
Sadly, all this is happening only on paper.
Gaurav Sawant, many thanks for joining us with all those details. We have with us now Prakash Singh, former DG BSF. Sir, what does this latest brutality of the Naxals indicate? Could this perhaps be training from some quarters which is now helping them become more brutal in their offensive?
You see, actually, if you look at the Maoist cadres in their totality, they have two well-defined components in the Maoist cadre. One are those who joined the Maoist movement from what is called MCCI, Maoist Communist Center of India. And the other major component is this People's War Group. Now, the MCCI component, they comprise mostly criminals, looters, murderers, rapists. I mean, they would go to any extent in perpetrating a crime. And I would not be surprised. I mean, I have no details. I would not be surprised if after verification it is found that the Maoists involved in the Latehar incident belonged originally to the MCCI group. So, I mean, this kind of monstrosity by the Maoists is most despicable. And what is surprising is that the human rights groups would maintain their eloquent silence on such matters, and whereas they would imagine security forces to be committing excesses and be very vocal and very eloquent on
Mr. Prakash Singh, many thanks for speaking with Headlines today. We have with us now GS Rath, DGP Jharkhand. Sir, can you give us more details about what the doctors discovered, after which a bomb squad was called?
No, actually, when that dead body was taken to the table for post-mortem purpose, the stitches available on the body of that individual who has been killed, CRPF constable, that was something unusual. Since the dead body have been recovered after a day of the incident, and it was from the deep jungle where they were having domain, the doctor could be suspicious there could be IEDs or something planted inside it. So they refused to conduct post-mortem and asked the police to help them out. In the process, the body was taken out in the field, and ultimately the BDS squad has been called in, and who with the X-ray could find out that some IED is there inside the body, and we are in the process of defusing it.
Mr. Rath, many thanks for speaking with Headlines today.